No, that's Rubens, I think, coming through. This was Heidfeld, and it was just after it happened. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Well, that was lucky. I mean, for Nicky himself, he's lucky not to have his head taken off in that. But what he was doing, not looking at the flags like that. I mean, it caught Michael out, but he did have just a little bit longer. In fact, I'm surprised it caught Michael out as it did.
Well, it was time, of course, for the medical car to get there, so the incident must, it started a few seconds before that. There must have been yellows at least, even if the red hadn't been called for at that precise second. So, really, Heidfeld could get into serious trouble for that. I mean, the remarkable thing is that the driver getting out of that car had only just opened the door and wasn't actually getting out of the car at that precise point. Otherwise, we could have had a really, really nasty incident on our hands.
Well, thank goodness we've just averted, or just seen what could have been a real tragedy there. Happily end.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's very worrying for everyone involved in Formula One, how an incident like that could happen. Remember, they have got lights in the cars this year. They do have the yellow light. When a yellow flag comes out somewhere around the track, they actually get a yellow light in the car, and when the reds come out, red light in the car. So I don't quite know what happened there for Heidfeld. It all happened very quickly, and perhaps nobody saw that the accident had happened for Bernoldi, and therefore perhaps the flags weren't out at Heidfeld. But the medical car was there, so they knew what was going on.
If we've got time, I think we're going to have time. If we can be good to see that once again, to just try and see how Enrique did go off, because we've not really seen where he lost the car for whatever reason. If we can get back to that.
Well, I have to say, very dramatic indeed. Let's take another look.
This is just the aftermath, of course.
Rear wheel comes off. The tethers, unfortunately, not keeping that wheel on, and despite the extra strength, now we've got flags that the red was already out there. The red was already on display at that point. He should have had reds, and the door opens, and through comes Heidfeld. Oh.
But it wasn't quite waving, and there was a marshal standing in front of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a flamboyant